Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. I'm going to get right into the topic. It's getting closer toward Christmas, and hopefully we'll see some news coming out, hopefully a big drop. And that's why I want to really talk about what Loopring is doing and just kind of get back to the underlying, the whole fundamentals of it. So this is like the guts of it, because what Loopring is doing is they're striving to build global consumer-grade financial applications. That is huge. All right, now keep that in mind as we go through this little discussion and topic here. Some things they don't really need advertising to sell. Crypto, for example, it never has had any advertising, except recently for crypto.com, which they just bought the naming rights for its Staples Center. That's something totally new. Now, let's relate this to Tesla. Tesla has a zero advertising budget. They're giving a product people love to see and love to use. And again, when they use it, people talk about it, and it's breaking down barriers for the electric vehicles, which is fantastic. It's creating some controversy, yes and no, and same with Elon Musk. But that's fine. That's what it needs, because the markets are talking about saving the planet. The government's talking about saving the planet and electric vehicles, but they still push SUV systems, the old systems. They're still digging for oil, and they're still giving gas contracts to those basic companies that are giving us oil and gas, because they still need that. Now, the same reference we can say for cryptocurrencies, decentralized finance, or crypto. It's being pushed, it's being thought about, it's being even discussed. Even last week in front of Congress, 6 of the CEOs of the exchanges were talking, gave a great talk explaining the benefits of Bitcoin and the whole blockchain system. That's fantastic. But at the same time, they're still pushing out the old system. Years ago, 2008, 2009, we know about the banking system. They gave billions of dollars to the banks. And even next 2 months, they're going to say, oh, you know what, college students, you got to start paying your loans again. Sorry, we're not going to give you a break. Same system is not going to change until we break more barriers down. Now, when I see Loopring and even the other companies and protocols that are doing the ZK rollups, I see them as the Tesla of the crypto ecosystems right now, because it's in their goal to be a delight for the users. Same as Tesla. People like to sit in it, to drive it. They like to see it. But ZK rollups are going to be the same thing. Now, so far, Loopring and these other companies and protocols, they've only been visible to those who are aware. If you understand it and you're really digging into it, you'll understand it. Because there's no advertising. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just straight up code, crypto. It's what the system individual needs. It's another way to get fees down, more scalability, and security. Right? Now, this is the most important thing here, because the same thing with GameStop. Their agenda is clear to me, and it's clear to you. I mean, this is why people held the stock. But as things change and develop, we're getting more focused on the details. This is most important, because when you look back, take a look at Loopring and what GameStop we're talking about is, what are those that is going to be a value of 10 quarterly reports? What could it be? Now, think about this. To unleash Ethereum and put a new financial system in everyone's pocket. Now, this is important. It's something that I've been contemplating and digging into for the last several weeks. How can Ethereum help us in our pockets? Now, we can talk about NFTs, that's fine. But not everyone's into these for now, right? Because we know what else is in our pockets. Cash, cards, health cards, all this stuff. But when Loopring put this tweet out, it reminded me, be your own bank. I've heard this, you've heard this and see this again. You've probably read the articles. Now, what this is going to basically be doing is blockchain technology. It's going to give users, me and you, or basically they say, a revolutionary ability to control your own digital assets free from manipulation by third parties. We know that if you use cryptocurrency, that's what the whole point is of this. It's a powerful innovation, basically a new evolution of personal finance. But again, of course, the opposite side of that is the great personal responsibility that comes along with this, because all of these tools have a huge learning curve. And unfortunately, mistakes can be devastating. We've seen hacks, people lose their keys, a lot of things happen. But again, we have to understand that all of these new companies that are coming out with new decentralized apps and exchanges and ecosystems, just like Loopring, they're innovating and they're simplifying this area to basically help us manage the fear and security. And that's a big thing. That's what banks do. They take away the fear, but they give us security. But they take our money at the same time. Parts at a time, but then again, that's the point of crypto. Now, it's again, your confidence with the blockchain technology, whatever it is, if you're on Ethereum or Bitcoin, whatever you're using. It depends upon your confidence and your ability to be totally responsible. And that, again, takes time with education. Now, this week in the last several weeks, I'm going down a rabbit hole and, again, looking at the Crypto.com card. There's the BAKKT, MasterCard partnership, Visa, all of this, they're getting into this slowly. However, Crypto.com has been my focus in the recent, I'd say, past 6 to 8 months for all this, when they started talking about this. But I've been looking at the card for a possibility, because seeing if this is worth it, becoming your own bank and having access to your funds. Of course, they've done massive advertising campaigns. We know about that. But looking at the rewards of the different cards and the pros and cons, this has helped me understand more about my own financial responsibilities, because this is what we need, being your own bank. But of course, skeptical, yes. Unsure, yes. But curious, totally curious about this. Now, I emailed the help center at Crypto.com thinking I would never hear from them, just like the people in Robinhood. But I got an email back within a couple hours. And I exchanged several emails back and forth talking about different topics about the Crypto.com card, because I was having some concerns, but also having some issues with trying to get money from my bank to their bank, and also with the app. But again, work things out. That was pretty cool. But again, finally, the reason crypto was invented is basically for daily innovations and upgrades. You got to think about this and how our whole financial system is for us to use and to really understand it. Okay, because being able to use the entire finance system on your own, that's our advantage, right? That's what we want to do. If we want to be our own bank, think about it. Yes, but also no. You don't control your funds, but they're your choices, basically. And in the end, you have really had to sit back and think, you know what? You can have your cake and you can eat it too. It is possible now. Anyway, those are just some thoughts for points for discussion. Because when you hear about being your own bank, you got to realize you are going to be able to eat your own cake and enjoy it. It's coming, and it's basically here. You just have to be ready for it. So all of you guys and girls, have a great Friday. Get ready for Christmas. Come on.